What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Monday, September 11th. In today's video, we're going to be doing an NFT news recap. We're going to be covering where the market stands between holders versus day traders, and you'll be surprised what we have revealed in the chart. Also, we're going to be looking at some of the top sales that we've seen on the Ethereum marketplace. What were those NFTs? Well, I can't wait to share that with you as well. And also some other news regarding Nouns and also Animoca brands with their new Metaverse NFTs called Mocaverse. And at the end of the video, I will share some personal favorite NFTs that I'm watching on their floor price in case I am deciding to have some exposure. So with that said, know that this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion, just for your own entertainment. So with that said, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now, we're looking on Blur. There are many different NFTs currently in the red. So honestly, I am expecting that there is going to be a further dip, and that's absolutely okay because right now the market is trying to find liquidity. Now, if we look at some of the top blue chips from where their price was into where their prices are right now, we've seen that a majority of those NFT projects have taken a major dip. So what are some of those projects? Some of those projects, such as Bored Ape Yacht Club, has fallen around 60% over the past year. We also have Mutant Apes that fell negative 54%. Moonbirds, negative 90%. Doodles, 80%. Cool Cats, negative 72%. Nouns, which we will talk about in a little bit, negative 57%. Azuki, surprisingly, only 33%. CryptoPunks hasn't fallen much at all. We've actually seen some crazy buy orders, which we will talk about. And also Pudgy Penguins. Actually, that's only up 35%. It has not fallen. So that's one of the very few NFT projects that have definitely held through this crazy bear market. Now, if we look at the overall market itself, we can see that right now we're in a major loss and we're not seeing as much buying volume as we want to, but the amount of traders versus the buyers and sellers is actually quite even, halfway actually, around 50%. But the way the market sentiment is telling us, we're still pretty cold, which means that we're still kind of in the fear section rather than the greed section. But that's really good because the fear section is usually the time when people should be buying NFTs. Now, if we look at the overall volume over the past 30 days, we've seen that there's actually been less volume being traded on these exchanges, both OpenSea and Blur, and many other Ethereum NFT marketplaces as well. So as you can see, these blue marks right here, these blue squares are basically the amount of volume that has been reduced over the past 30 days. Now, if we look at the amount of holders and traders, this is something that was absolutely surprising, and this is something I want to share with you. Regardless of the amount of market cap volume that we're seeing that's being reduced, we're seeing that right now, the amount of holders, which is this yellow line right here, has been growing substantially compared to the day traders. So that means that day traders haven't been trading as much because maybe they're not getting as much profit because they're seeing a lot of these NFT blue chips liquidate into the negative. But the amount of holders have been accumulating those NFTs because they've been gearing up for the bull market. So that's something that I think is absolutely shocking here. And this is the chart that I think people should pay attention to. So be sure to pause this video if you need to look at this chart right away. Now, once we scroll down, we're going to look at the amount of NFTs that are in the collection distribution and the top collections. Now, as you can see over the past 7 days, Mutant Apes have actually taken up a majority of that pool. And as you can see, Mutant Apes right now in terms of volume is up 13%. And over here you can see that right now it's dominating in terms of top collections. Now, I just want to share with people my perspective around Mutant Apes. I've actually observed some NFTs on the floor, and I've seen numerous trades, meaning I've seen like hundreds of Ethereum being traded within these collections, but I don't ever see the floor price pump. And I actually have done some research on those NFTs, and for some reason I've seen some NFTs being traded back and forth between the same wallets. So this could be some manipulation happening, but again, I don't want this to be something where it's taken as financial advice. It's just my own opinion. I want you all to do your own research before buying into these NFTs. But specifically, I've been seeing a lot of Mutant Ape NFTs being wash traded or being manipulated just based on what I'm seeing between the different wallets that have been traded. Just kind of know that once you're seeing the amount of volume that's being circulated around the NFT ecosystem. Now, we got to talk about some top sales because that's something that I think people should know. What are people buying? What are the largest sales? Now, I want to cover 4 of those recent big sales. Let's talk about the first one. That is CryptoPunks. Now, this CryptoPunk 2111 sold for around 62 Ethereum. That's a lot of money. Now, that's just one of the different NFTs that have been selling at these all-time high prices, but I will tell you that CryptoPunks, being one of the first initial blue chip NFT collections ever, not just on Ethereum, but every single blockchain that you can think of out there, these things are grails, and it's really hard to find these to buy off the counter. So just keep that in mind. CryptoPunks is definitely one of the greatest deals, and people are buying well above the floor price. And then we also have this, which is a Bored Ape Yacht Club number 72 that sold for 33.33 Ethereum. Bored Apes, again, have been trading a lot of Ethereum. Again, I haven't done any research around if there's been any manipulation within this collection, but I will tell you a lot of big players are actually buying these collections back and forth. So make sure to do your own research with that. And talk about Mutant Ape Yacht Club. This one sold for around 11,000 US dollars. That's really crazy, and I think it's because this trader right here with the mouth is one of the grails that people have been looking for. And this person, I think, had a great steal in my opinion. So keep that in mind. The normal price average for these Bored Apes is roughly around 8,000 US dollars. But let's talk about the next NFT, and that's called the Nouns, which we will talk about. Now, Nouns right now have been selling for quite a bit of money because people have been given an opportunity to sell at these all-time high prices. Now, this is sold for around 35 Ethereum. Now, why are these NFTs selling for this high price? Well, it's mainly because of this. So if you don't know, NFT Stats, who owns a YouTube channel called Proof, said this: the NounsDAO Fork is live. Noun holders can return their nouns and get 35.5 ETH each. Auctions are now live within this range. So far, at the time of this writing, when he made this post, 222 nouns, roughly 26% of the supply, have entered thus far. And I can't wait to share with you what has happened since then. And that is with this person named Hunter Soler. Now, he says this: so it went from 26 up to 40% of the nouns are now quitting the DAO to claim their refund. Now, nouns number 1 sold for around 613 Ethereum in August 21st, which was roughly around 1.9 million US dollars. Now, nouns are only going around for around 35 ETH, which is around 40,000 US dollars. Some holders think that the 30 million treasury is being thrown out the window. Here's what's causing problems: conflict when proposals pass that you don't agree with. Early holders paid 3 to 5 times for the same vote you can get for 40,000 today. Nouns went down to 20 ETH, and then those buyers want the 35 ETH payout. Who can say no to free 15 Ethereum? They spent the last 2 years funding many creators, artists, and even an esports team with the goal of bridging awareness to the Nouns brand. With over 158 plus projects have been built on top of the Nouns to date. Now they will lose a large portion of their treasury when this goes through. Do DAOs or decentralized autonomous organizations have a future? So I wanted to share this with everybody because this is something that's very big within the Nouns DAO, within the Nouns NFT project, because right now this is what we're seeing with Nouns and why Nouns is roughly around the 35 Ethereum floor price. So people are liquidating their positions. They're wanting to take their liquidity out. But again, what if they decide not to? Will their price of their Nouns go higher? We don't know as of yet, but this is the most exciting news as of today. So let's talk about some other news that's been reaching the headlines, and that is around Mocaverse NFTs. So recently, the Mocaverse has raised roughly around 20 million US dollars for their Mocaverse, and that is because of Animoca Brands. Animoca Brands is a huge gaming company, and they own a lot of different assets and a lot of different projects, some that you pretty much already know. But now they started something called the Mocaverse, and a lot of those people wondering, is this the best time to have exposure to that? Now, if you look at the Mocaverse NFTs right now, they're hovering around 0.87 Ethereum. Is this a great entry point? Well, that's really up for you to decide. But really, if you look at the article, it talks about why they decided to raise this money, how they were able to raise the money, and also who was partnering with them to raise the money, such as CMCC Global, Kingsway Capital, Liberty City, GameFi Ventures, and so much more. More about the CMCC Global, it happens to be one of Asia's first venture capital companies focused solely on the blockchain and Web3 investments. So it's interesting that they have partners like that for their Mocaverse. Again, it's so early, we don't know actually what's going to happen. But again, Animoca brands own so many different products and games that hopefully they're not spreading their portfolio too broadly. Because if they do that, that means they don't focus as much on each one of those projects, and this could just be a speculative investment. So keep that in mind. So with that said, I want to share with you some projects that are on my radar that I think possibly I may have some exposure to. So let's talk about those projects. The very first one is Mutiny Ape Yacht Club. Yes, I mentioned this very early on around possibly some Ross trading and some manipulation within the project. But nonetheless, this is one of my favorite artworks and one of my favorite projects regardless, because I just love the nostalgia feel of it. Mutiny Apes has been around since Bored Apes has been around. And yes, their floor prices have literally dropped almost 90% or maybe even more based on their all-time highs. And to me, that feels like a potential buying opportunity. Yes, I've seen this floor price drop to around 4.23 Ethereum, but really this could be a great opportunity if this bull market does come back for the NFTs, but we don't actually know. So this is something that I'm just keeping my eye out on. I'm monitoring to the floor, but I'm not endorsing anybody to buy this NFT. This is just personally something that I'm sharing with you on what I'm looking out for. What's the next NFT collection? Well, that's going to be Other Deed. Yes, this is another Yuga Labs based NFT collection. Now, Other Deed is land sales within the metaverse of the Bored Ape Yacht Club or the Other Side metaverse. It's all the same thing. Now, Other Deeds used to be like roughly around 2 Ethereum or higher, but now has dropped massively since then, and it's roughly around this floor price around 0.59 Ethereum. The only few land sales I've been looking out for that I've been trying to monitor is like gold land plots or mutant plots, meaning like they're gooey slime plots. And those are the only two that I've been looking out for. But if you're looking to buy one of these, you can literally buy 2 land plots for around 1.2 Ethereum. Or if you have 2 Ethereum, you can almost buy around 4 plots of land, which is quite extraordinary in my opinion. So who knows where the metaverse story and narrative is going to come, if it's ever going to come back. But again, these are times where the biggest risk and the biggest investments are made for the bigger rewards in the bull market. So keep that in mind. So the next NFT collection I want to talk about is Azuki Elementals. Yes, I brought this up many times before, but these prices, at these prices right now, around 0.37 Ethereum, yeah, I'm going to be monitoring these floors, and I'm not going to be like watching from the sidelines. I'm looking at the best NFTs. And right now, with these NFTs being at these low floor prices, I'm not just trying to buy the cheapest one. I want to find the greatest rarity, the greatest traits for near these close floor prices. I'm not just trying to buy a bulk of these. I just want to pick one of these as my favorite NFTs. And right now you can look for the best rarities right here in this category in case you want to find the best grail. Keep that in mind. So the last NFT collection is a collection that I've already had exposure in, but I want to share with you, and that is Utes. Now, Utes is not on Ethereum yet. It's actually on Polygon, but it will be migrating over to Ethereum very soon. But I want to share this collection with you because this is very exciting. A lot of the NFTs have a lot of points that you can accumulate. And again, I definitely think that once Season 2 comes out and these points are going to be used for the points parlor within D-Labs, this collection I think will hit around 3.33 Ethereum. That's just my prediction, not financial advice. So, with that said, let me know your thoughts down below around all these different collections, around the NFT ecosystem, around the market volume, around the market volatility. Where do you think we're going to go? Are there NFT collections that we haven't covered on this channel? Well, I want to hear about them in the comments down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So with that said, be sure to like the button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and buy and sell orders of both NFTs and cryptocurrencies, especially within Ethereum. Till then, see you guys, girls, next time.